1 minute it's getting thousands of hits a day, and then the next minute it's just going up by about 100 or something like that a day. And
are you kidding? 200,000 in one day.
Yeah, well, this is it. I mean, that's just one example of what's happening on YouTube at the moment, and it only seems to happen with truth videos. It doesn't seem to happen with all the mainstream sort of stuff, the Britney Spears and all the rest of it. It's only the kind of videos that I upload. And it's not just me that it's happening to. It's happening to so many different channels on YouTube.
Well, now Obama is announcing Internet 2. That's what his tens of billions into that is, to create the new web, force all of us off, as Internet 2 is declared. Now is the fight. When we come back in the final segment with the creator of the NufffRespect channel, YouTube/NufffRespect.com. We link to it all the time at Infowars.com. John Watkins. There's so many other great channels, like the Alex Jones channel that a guy runs, and they ran off Gatekeeper Invasion. They run off so many other great folks. To all the other wonderful people out there, you go make your own channels. You've got video talent. You go out there and put out whatever you think's important. Don't let them silence the fight against the New World Order. We're talking to John Watkins, an amazing individual. Final segment with him and a challenge he's got for you. Stay with us.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Newspapers are declaring and filing for bankruptcy all over the United States. New York Times is broke. Headline, mortgages, their headquarters in cash crunch. They're going to strike back. Obama's new internet czar is going to restrict free speech and set up Internet 2, where you have a subdomain, just like NufffRespect has with YouTube, so they can shut him down. I would have a huge YouTube, but I don't have the money for people. I'm spending $20,000 a month right now on bandwidth just with PrisonPlanet.tv and my websites. So you have to understand that this is how they're going to do it. The future web, you're going to have all your data on a separate server, then they're going to control what you have access to. NufffRespect, you're a great interview. Let me set you up for like a full hour sometime next week to talk about your great films, who you are, getting other people involved, the big event you're having December 19th. That said, I just want to commend you and thank you for all you've done. You're another testament. Today we've talked about retraining Americans how to shoot, the history, the founding fathers, then don't drink the aspartame, how it's deadly. Now we're fighting against censorship. The example of everybody I've had on today, and you've reached more than anybody in just 2 years on the web, reaching tens of millions conservatively with just the 1 or 2, 3 videos a month that you make. I salute you, and you are the model of the type of person that's going to turn this world around.
Oh, thanks, Alex. That's really nice of you to say that. It's thanks to you. If it wasn't for you, there would be no NufffRespect channel on YouTube. It's because of you that I got into doing all this. Because once you realize, the manipulation that's taking place, in this world, the one thing you want to do is inform other people, and that's all I'm trying to do on YouTube, is just try and wake people up, basically. And YouTube is thwarting my efforts every step of the way, so many different methods of censorship, and they're all really crude and sneaky, and it kind of upsets me, because it's not just me it's happening to, it's so many people on YouTube who are just trying to do the same as what I'm doing, and they make it really hard for us, there's just so many different ways that they're doing this now, and some are more blatant than others, but, I've seen it enough times to know. Some things you could just brush off as the software error, for example, but, some of the things I've seen, it is definite censorship. There's no other way to describe it, really. Another method they use to censor people, it basically is to suspend people's accounts for no reason at all. And I get emails every single day from people who've had their channels suspended, or they know somebody who's had their channel suspended. And when this happens, you lose all your subscribers, you lose all your friends, all your videos, and then when you try and start up another channel, nobody really knows for sure.
That's right. So we need to create doppelgangers. You need to create, when they used to hack my websites, that's why I have so many, you just create more and promote them all and let people know you're under attack. In the minute and a half we've got left, and I'm going to say to you, I'm going to say bye to you at the end of the show here privately, so don't hang up. Tell us what's coming up the 19th, the challenge video you've got up there right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's from a user on YouTube called Legitimacy Coalition. And basically, he's organizing this thing where what we want to do is get everybody to basically boycott YouTube on December the 19th. Just not log into YouTube at all, not use it in any way, shape or form for that day. And hopefully, if enough of us do that, it'll have an impact. And, we've got to make our voices heard in some way. So, these are the things we're going to have to do now to try and get YouTube to sort of at least...
And we have to boycott it to save it. And again, why are we there?
Right.
Because it's the biggest place where we can virally reach the people. John Watkins, we'll talk to you and the maker of that channel coming up next week for a full hour if you can do it. Stay there.
Yeah, no problem.
You bet. It's been great having you on.
Thanks, Alex. Thanks very much.
You bet. Stay there. I'm going to say bye to you when the show ends. Folks, I had Paul Watson on. I had Betty Martini. I had the guest on about the militias. And, of course, I had NufffRespect on. Be sure and listen to the retransmission now on the Internet at Infowars.com. They're not censoring us yet. They sure are trying. Spread the word about the free podcast. God bless you all.